Minecraft, a game about mining and crafting, and all of these things as well. And today, we will try making Minecraft using the Chinese AI. The first step to make Minecraft is generating a terrain. Minecraft is a blocky world, so I asked Deepseek to write a script that could generate terrain similar to Minecraft. And one thing I specified was that the terrain should have grass blocks on top, followed by stone blocks underneath it. And within moments, it gave me a script and explained how it worked, how to implement it, and even suggested the next steps. I created a new script in Unity and copied the terrain generation code. Now let's follow Deepseek's instructions to get the script running. He wanted me to make a new Unity project, which we already made, spawn a cube, turn it into a prefab, and attach the script to an empty game object. With the parameters already defined, I dragged and dropped the block prefab into its place. And now, the moment of truth. And it worked! The script successfully generated a 16 by 16 chunk of terrain. And surprisingly, it also had green blocks on top and grey blocks beneath it, just like I requested. Now that we have terrain, let's move around. Right, we don't have a player in our game. For moving around, we need a player controller. I asked Deepseek to generate a script for movement, jumping and crouching. It used Unity's built-in character controller component to handle movement. After pasting the script into a new file and setting up the required components, I hit play. The player could move, but the camera was static. I then asked Deepseek for a camera controller script, and it updated the existing code to add camera functionality. And now we have a working first-person controller. But Minecraft isn't a small 16 by 16 block game. It's infinite. So I asked Deepseek to generate multiple chunks next to each other. Deepseek provided an updated script, but when I played the game, it lagged badly, dropping to 9 to 10 FPS due to the sheer number of cubes. I suggested using chunk pooling and threading for optimizing the game, and this was the first time he said it. Haha, that's weird. Let's try again. Okay, let's try again. Again. After multiple attempts, it finally responded with a new script featuring chunk combining, pooling and threading. And it was broken. The chunks were spawning, but the mesh was missing. After more debugging and more server busy messages, Deepseek fixed the mesh issue. But it appeared white. And that's because we need textures. I manually created a texture atlas in Photoshop for grass and dirt. And finally, the terrain looked right. It is starting to look a little like Minecraft. Let's take a walk around the terrain and what the hell? Upon inspection, I found out some mesh faces were flipped, causing collision issues. I think there's a problem with the mesh faces. Oh, that's not good. Why don't you try this script? Oh, it's not working. You got anything else that would work? Of course, dude. This one's gonna work for sure. It ain't working either. Deepseek? I can help. After multiple tries, I finally gave up and went to ClaudeAI to fix the problem. And he solved the problem really quickly. And now we can finally move around the world. One of Minecraft's key feature is placing and breaking any block in the game. I asked Deepseek to add this functionality to our game as well. Rather than making a new script, it modified the existing one. However, this time I encountered a script error. Deepseek referenced an undefined chunk position variable inside a for loop. After reporting the issue to Deepseek, he quickly fixed it. Let's test it out, and yeah, blocks could now be placed and destroyed. Okay, the terrain looks kinda empty right now, so let's add trees. I asked Deepseek for a tree generation script, and instead of creating a separate script for generating trees, it updated the existing one. Trees were spawning, but only in the center chunk. The tree spawning is not working, they are spawning only in the middle chunk. Oh no! I can help. After Deepseek stopped replying again, I went to ClaudeAI to see if he could fix the problem. And he did. The problem was with the local coordinates and world coordinates. Yeah, I don't understand it either. I'm just responsible for copying and pasting the code. Oh look, Deepseek also started talking. And he gave me the exact same solution. The trees look a bit weird, but since I never specified their appearance, I let it slide for now. By the way, I can also delete tree blocks. Minecraft also has oceans, but that would be too much for Deepseek to implement. Instead, I asked Deepseek to generate smaller water bodies. I created a water texture in Photoshop, copied Deepseek's script for generating water blocks, and water appeared. But when I jumped in, I fell through the ground. The script hadn't generated anything beneath the water for the player to stand on. After talking with Deepseek and asking him to generate a waterbed, he modified the script, and now we can actually go inside the water. Minecraft has caves for players to explore and mine resources. I asked Deepseek to write a script to generate them. To generate caves, it used 3D Perlin noise. But Unity doesn't support that by default. It provided a workaround but didn't specify where to place the code. And since it stopped replying, I had to figure it out myself. After trial and error, I found out where it was supposed to go. But instead of caves, I ended up with holes in the terrain. When I told Deepseek about the problem, his solution was placing a giant floor at the bottom of the world. After countless server busy messages, it finally provided a script that worked. And finally, we have caves. You could find cave entries on the surface and enter them. The caves were made of grass blocks instead of stone blocks. I could have asked Deepseek to fix this, but getting a reply from him was too much hassle. After asking Deepseek on how to improve the game's appearance, I applied fog and added a vibrant skybox. And there you have it, Minecraft made by Deepseek. Minus all of these things, of course. If you enjoyed your time here, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe. Maybe I'll make a part 2 if he starts responding to me again.